All right, good afternoon, everybody. So as Jonathan said, during the day, I'm a regular high school student, just like many of you guys. But at night, I turn myself into a young entrepreneur and software programmer. And today, I'm sharing my thoughts on the future of young entrepreneurship. As a fellow high school student, I know that there are certain things that we do in order to succeed. And that usually means getting good grades and going to a prestigious college, like the one across the street from here, Stanford. But we do things like loading up our schedule with 6 AP classes and 10 hours community service per week and being the president for 4 different clubs, which lead us to this infamous stat sharing thing on College Confidential. If you guys have seen those before, people sharing what the awards and achievement they've done. But I see one big problem with these things. The problem with them is that these paths are not designed by us or for us. And as a result, they hinder our creative potential and do not make us unique. And quite frankly, it doesn't work out for many of us, including myself. So let me give you guys a little bit of personal background. I came to the United States of America from China a little bit over 5.5 years ago with very little English. I worked my butt off the first 2 years to become fluent. That's me 5.5 years ago, quite different than now. But it's very interesting to note, at that young age, I started jotting down business ideas myself on a piece of paper. In fact, I still carry paper in my wallet every day. So let me take that out. It's a pretty worn and torn piece of paper. And let's see some of the ideas I had when I was 13. I wanted to make reprintable t-shirts because I thought it was really cool to wear a new custom t-shirt every day. And I also had the idea of a wireless location detector for household items because I always couldn't find things around my house. Those are pretty crazy ideas to think of it now, but I never got around building any of those. But it does show that at a young age, I had the entrepreneurial traits of coming up with creative solutions to solve problems around me. In the subsequent 3 years, however, I did spend some time building a successful online business which comprises of 8 popular web applications with 500,000 users total, including Artsy Editor, which is a WordPress plugin, and most recently, Social Business Card, which is an app that allows you to turn your Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn profiles into real-world business cards. And I've been also named one of the 10 most inspirational entrepreneurs under 21. So I've got quite a bit of insights about this thing called entrepreneurship, and I'm sharing my ideas and my thoughts on the future of young entrepreneurship. Now, with the help of technology and computer programming, getting started with a business at a young age online is no longer difficult. Even babies like this can do it. Getting started with a website or domain, if you want to build a website, only costs you $50 per year. And if you want to build an iOS app, it only takes $99 per year to get an iOS developer license. And honestly, you probably spend more than those at Starbucks every year, right? So the risk of starting something right now for you guys is so low because you don't have any rent to pay or a family to feed. And there's so many available resources out there, including programming courses like Codecademy, Khan Academy, or Tinker, or business blog posts out there available for free just to show you how to get started. And what's great about working on these things is that you can choose what, where, and what to work on. I can work whenever I want. Usually, I'm done with my homework at night, and I can choose wherever I want. For example, I can work at home, in a coffee shop, on my couch, even at the beach if I want to. And I can choose what product feature I want to spend my time on. On the other side of the spectrum is getting a traditional high school job. So does it sound horrible that you're working at In-N-Out because you have to be physically at your workplace from, say, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day, and all you do is cook burgers repetitively? I mean, I love In-N-Outs. They're great food, but that just doesn't sound like my ideal high school job. The ability to call my own shots and run at my own pace is extremely liberating. And guess what? Most of my sales come in when I'm not even working. I remember the night after I launched Artsy Editor, my WordPress plugin. I got 10 PayPal notification emails informing me about my sales, and I literally just made $200 while I was asleep. So this freedom really allowed me to build a full-fledged business as a high school student going to school 8 hours a day like you guys. Now, over the past couple years, I've met quite a bit of young people, both at conferences or at school, who wanted to become entrepreneurs. And I see one common theme among them. They all want to build the next Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all these big names out there, but what they don't realize is how difficult it is to build those things. And I don't think that those are where the future of a young entrepreneurship will be at. The media brainwashes us with the success story of a few and always ignores the millions of others who are trying to achieve the same thing but couldn't make it, whether it's because of limited resources, technology, manpower, or venture capital funding, because those things are so difficult. And such bias give us young people notion that as long as you have a genius idea, viral idea, clever, crazy idea, we'll be successful like Mark Zuckerberg overnight, but that's simply not the case. Instead, I advise those young entrepreneurs, as I call them, with the W-A-N-T, starting the word, that the possibility of building a successful, sustainable, and comfortable business, it's a lot higher when you just solve a problem a little bit better than the other guys, and enough people care and are willing to pay for it. It's not that difficult. You don't need a lot of venture capital funding or anything like that. All you need is to come up with creative solutions to solve the problems around you. Let me explain more details. Actually, don't we all love those X ways to do Y lists on sites like Business Insider? And I made one for you guys. It's called an 8-step guide to successful business online. First, you want to find a person or business or market that you're very familiar with. You don't want to get into something that you're totally new. That's going to hurt you in the long run. Then, figure out what is the most important thing that that person or business cares about. Right here, you're maximizing your market potential. Then look for any inefficiency or annoyances that go into that activity. Think from the potential customer's perspective. What is the thing that can be optimized, but it's not efficient right now? Then, build an easy-to-use solution to solve those problems. Again, focus on solving the problem with the creative and simple solutions. Then, put a price tag on it based on the value you generate. And you never want to undervalue your products. For example, if your product saves your customer $200 per month, charging $100 is not that bad. Number 6, find others in a similar demographic or market. You want to find them as in your initial contact, the same way you do it, and I'm sure you'll find more of them. Number 7, market those benefits to those leads. Focus on the benefits and how to make their life more efficient and better. And you're making money. So let me tell you guys about a real-world example about how this works. My friend and iOS developers, Ryan Orbach and Michael Hansen, they are high school students just like me and you guys. And they made an app called Finish, which is a to-do list designed to stop procrastination. Now, they follow this model really closely and they achieve great amount of success. First, they went into a market that they're very familiar with, which is the student market. They're students themselves. Then they know that it's very difficult for students to stay focused and not have any procrastination. That's the problem they found out. They actually won an Apple Design Award because of that. And then they put it in an app store, charge money for the app because it really generates a lot of values for the customers. And they have a very successful business. Now again, this list is not a guaranteed success to anything, but it will definitely lead you into the right path of starting a business that will be successful. To end, I just want to say that every one of us listening and watching today has the ability to make our world a better place. Let's not get stuck in the notion that every one of us has to follow the path that are designed for us. Not every one of us are born to be a lawyer or a doctor. Some of us are entrepreneurs. So let's groom these traits like innovation, creativity, and problem solving, and become a young entrepreneur that can make a world a better place. Thank you very much.